What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Slackercast. I'm Greg. With me today is Lauren or Dustin. I'm sorry,
Don't you ever fucking do that again. Ever.
and
It's
Jonathan.
gonna
Also
rain.
Lauren.
Damn, bro.
No, Lawrence isn't with us today, so he's on my brain, man.
Yeah, I know. I bet he is. He's out there cheating on you.
But what's more on my brain is my terrible experience at Golden Corral today.
Oh, do tell.
Oh.
All right, so me and my wife already ousted this place once before because we went there and the food just sucked.
Okay.
So we decide since they reopened,
Been grim.
you know, we'll go back since I had a little bit of money. But
That's where you
man,
chose to go.
So it's like $30 and some change, right? Well, I mean, we figured like I wanted to go there because I wanted all you could eat steak. That's the only reason I wanted to go. Well, apparently they don't fucking have that on the lunch menu. That was problem number one. I was already upset. I mean, I wouldn't say the food is bad, but like it's like an old people place, man. Like
It is very low quality.
I'm like
Quantity over quality.
my wife said she's like I only want to eat the rolls because that's the only thing that's any good.
It's true though. Like when you go up to that buffet and it's like everything up there looks nasty except like you said, the steak and maybe like fried shrimp because you can't really fuck up fried shrimp.
Well, I could tell she wasn't. They didn't even have fried shrimp, man.
Yeah, because you went at lunchtime, so you went like when the menu was limited.
Yeah, they got all the cheap stuff.
Yeah. So I can tell my wife doesn't like something when she goes to take a bite of it, and she's like, I'm like, yeah. She's like, I think these are just canned greens.
I already know. Oh,
Ooh, best buffet place.
Yeah, what's the best buffet place?
I mean, find the Chinese place that's hitting at that moment, and that's the best one for us.
Yeah.
There's a local joint here. Well, I say local. It's actually far away. It's off in Bush, Louisiana. It's House Seafood.
I've heard good things about that place.
That place is awesome. I know it's not a chain or anything. It's a mom and pop joint, but that's my favorite.
Panda Palace is probably the best buffet around here.
See, they're hit and miss though, man. Like Panda Palace can be good sometimes, and other times they're fucking terrible.
It just depends on when you have to make sure you go at a time when they're putting out food.
What's up, Big T? What's up, Dan?
Big T.
Like you got to get there like at the beginning of lunch or the beginning of dinner. It's when they have all the fresh food out.
So let me ask y'all this: Are you the type that when you go to a buffet, you're gonna eat as much food as you possibly can fit in your body before you leave, or are you just there for the variety?
When I was younger, I could put it away, but I really can't anymore. Like once I get the end of that first plate, I'm like, man, I don't think I can do anymore. I might go get a dessert or something. That's about it.
Ooh, a Mexican buffet sounds great.
That sounds great. Hey guys, let's open a Mexican buffet.
Actually, no, that
sounds delicious.
There in Gulfport, there's this place. It's there's a sushi place there now called Mitsu, but there used to be a place there that was both Mexican and Asian food together on a buffet, and it was the greatest shit ever. I'm like,
I remember that place. I went there like once, I think.
Oh, it was awesome. I'm like, hell yeah, I can have a General Chicken taco here if I want. Shit.
But that place that's in there now is awesome, and they have all you can eat sushi there too.
That's what I heard. I heard they got all you can eat sushi. So
it's more expensive than the other place that's all you can eat sushi, but you can literally there's no limited menu like the sushi.
Where's
menu
the other place? Like what's
in
the other
Ocean
place?
Springs? It's called Ichiban.
Oh,
it's really good too. But their menu, I mean, you still get your money's worth, but their menu's limited and you have to eat every last bit of sushi. So if you get like 6 rolls of sushi, you better eat all of it or they charge you full price.
Is that at Mitsu or Ichiban?
That's at Ichiban. At Mizu, they just ask you nicely to not waste food. So they're a little more forgiving on the
Honestly, I would probably only get 2 rolls anyway. 2 rolls is my limit, really.
4 I think is the most I've ever put down at Ichiban, and that was like pushing it because of course all that sushi is like the stuff that has like the fried shrimp and the rice and all the shit that like fills you the fuck up. So
I'll tell you what pisses me off. There's this place right by my work called Hibachi Express, and they used to do half off sushi on Sundays. Well, they stopped doing that shit, so I don't buy sushi from there anymore. But they had they had a sushi roll there that I fucking loved, man. It was called the Crazy Dragon Roll. Man, that shit was so good.
Crazy Dragon Roll.
Yeah, it's basically like a shrimp tempura with all kinds of other shit on it, but it's topped with eel. That's what makes it. That's what sets it off.
Is that what makes it crazy? Or is
Well,
that what makes it dragon?
I think it's crazy because it's shaped like a dragon and its mouth is open. So.
Okay.
Rock and roll has sushi too.
I hate delivered sushi though because it always fucking stinks.
I don't like sushi at all. So.
Oh man, you're missing out.
I mean, I've tried it. Just not a fan.
I wasn't at first, but once I found a few that I like, now I'm all about it.
I mean, I haven't tried that many, so.
I also I've also found that like in the beginning I'd only eat like the cooked stuff, but now I'm more of a fan of the raw.
What's your favorite like raw fish to eat?
I think probably the salmon, man. The salmon's really good. Either that
or
that yellowfin tuna.
Yeah, the tuna's good. I like tuna.
Bumblebee tuna?
Like a spicy tuna roll with like the wasabi in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like once you get past Big T, once you get past the I guess slimy part of it, it's pretty good. Jamie says she will not eat sushi.
It's like explaining to people about drinking beer. So once you get past it tasting terrible, you'll love it. So, well, maybe I don't want to.
I mean, with beer, it's kind of weird though, man, because you'll have one beer that like will turn you off of beer completely, but then you'll have another beer that's like, oh, okay, so it's not all shit.
I haven't had a beer yet that I like, though. I have been sitting here saying, you know what, I would like a beer right now, and I don't know why, because I don't like beer.
You're eating crawfish when you think that, aren't you?
No.
You got to develop a palate. It's like wine. Being someone that's been in the beer business for a long time, I hated beer and especially like craft beer. And then I started drinking it more because I was kind of forced to, and eventually you just kind of develop a.
So what about champagne? Do y'all like champagne?
No.
I don't either. I think it's disgusting.
I don't like the aftertaste. My girlfriend loves champagne, but I can't get over the aftertaste.
Yep.
It tastes like Sprite, but if Sprite only tasted like alcohol to me, that's how I describe champagne.
To me, it has this weird, like, I don't know, olivey, alcohol-y, nasty aftertaste at the end.
You're kind of making me nauseous just describing it like that.
Olive, God.
I remember at my brother's wedding, they had champagne in the limo, and we were drinking it. And I was like, ugh, I was like forcing it down because just so bad, especially when it gets warm.
Oh, I feel like you got to burp right after you drink it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like a sugar-free Sprite.
Christina and Jamie both say they like some champagne.
So champagne.
Champagne. So Dustin, I guess we got to go here. Dan says the Duluth area has some of the best sushi in the country.
Guess we're gonna have to take a trip.
It's made by high school kids, though. That's like rock and roll sushi. All right, so what's been going on, guys?
Man, not a whole lot.
Well, there has been a whole lot going on. The NFL, man.
Yeah, the NFL has been rocking the past week.
Whew. So I'll come right out the gate with it. Our new quarterback, the Indianapolis Colts' new quarterback, is Matt Ryan. I did not see that coming.
Matty Ice.
Yeah,
actual ice now.
I think he was upset about the whole Deshaun Watson thing, and I think there was no recovering from it, so they had to let him go.
You know what I think? I think my team just fucking loves old men quarterbacks.
I mean, they really that's been their solution for the past 4 years. It's who's out there that we can get. let's try this guy out. Let's try this guy out. Let's try this guy out.
Who's
what
out?
What do you think about Baker Mayfield wanting to go to the Colts?
I mean, I would have rather him than.
I think Baker Mayfield wants to go anywhere.
I don't know if
he just wants a job.
Y'all think someone's gonna trade for him?
I don't know, man.
I feel like I give one of my friends is like a huge Baker Mayfield fan. I like to give him a lot of shit about it, but I mean, he was a top 10 quarterback in 2020, and he was injured this year. So I mean, I feel like he just someone just needs to give him another. Like he at least deserves another shot. Like he was hurt all last year. He played on a torn shoulder. Like give the guy a shot, man.
I don't know, man. Injury-prone quarterbacks is not a good mix with the Colts.
It's bad when the Saints would rather re-sign Winston.
I know.
Take Mayfield.
I know. My buddy, that friend of mine is a Saints season ticket holder, and he was like praying that they got big. And they only want a second or third round pick for him too. So it's like it must be really, people must really not want him. So
they must know something we don't.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I remember it like it was yesterday. I forget who I was playing at the time. I was playing somebody in fantasy football. Might have been Dustin here. And Jameis Winston was my quarterback, and he was my only hope to come back and win. And he threw 5 fucking interceptions that game. 5 of them.
You were playing me that. I think you were.
Yeah.
I think that was the time you were playing me.
Look, was that before he fixed his eyes? Because
he's always gonna either throw 5 interceptions or 5 touchdowns. That's Jameis Winston in a nutshell.
High gain, high risk.
Well, the year that he led the league in passing yards, he also led the league in interceptions.
I was about to say he's this generation's Brett Favre.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a gunslinger type quarterback. He's good though. I mean, a lot of people hate the Saints re-signing him, but I mean, they were 5-2 with him before he tore his knee up last year. So
yeah, I mean,
and they have good receivers. So
somebody's going to catch it.
Well, Jonathan, I know our good friend Blake is not happy about them re-signing Winston. Diehard Saints fan. So.
Yep. Sorry, buddy.
What do y'all think about Deshaun Watson getting the biggest contract in NFL history? Most guaranteed money ever, coming off of 20 sexual assault allegations.
First of all, hoes don't win. That's the best thing.
Dude hasn't really played in 2 years, and they gave him the biggest contract ever.
I'm just glad he's clear.
He's not clear, though. He still has 22 civil lawsuits out there.
Hey, don't worry about them. He's got cash money now with guaranteed money.
He can buy all of them off.
Pay all of them. He'll throw another pass. $1 bills, y'all.
He steals crab legs, huh? Nothing worse than a crab leg.
That's Jameis Winston.
Winston eats W's also. I don't know if you've ever seen that particular video. He has some of the worst hype. The worst hype videos.
He's just a goofball, man. He's just a goof. I mean, he got suspended a game at Florida State because he jumped up on the table in the student union and said, "Grab her by the PUSSY." So.
Why'd you spell it out, man? Is your kid around?
No, he's in
We're
bed.
all adults here.
Yeah. I'm a gentleman.
I learned that I can't spell out curse words around my daughter because she'll figure them out anyway. Because then she'll just start spelling them out.
My son's favorite word to say now is "damn it."
Damn it! Oh shit!
My kids say "God damn it" all the time.
He'll say, "Come on, damn it, come on." He'll like drop something and he'll be like, "Come on, damn it."
That's hilarious.
I can't help but laugh either. I don't even want to correct him. It's hilarious.
Man, it's hard, man, when your kid does something that's funny,
man,
and but it's so wrong. Man, it's been several times where I had to put my head around the corner and just laugh for a second and then come back with a straight face. Son,
here's the kind of weird shit you deal with as a parent. My kid goes to the bathroom the other day, and I hear her in there, and she goes, "Oh my God, that's a lot of shit." And I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to go in there and wipe her butt. And I go in there, and she didn't even poop, man. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why are you cussing?
You cussing for no reason.
Didn't your kid have a pretty bad cussing problem there for a minute?
Oh, she still does.
That's
We're worried about it going into
That's your
school.
fault, bro. That's your fault.
That's
That's
not just
all
mine.
your
It's not all mine.
Uh-oh.
And now she cusses in Tagalog too because my wife would cuss her in Tagalog. So.
Well, at least we won't get in trouble for that one.
Unless her teacher's
have
some
no idea.
Filipino.
Yeah. Then you got trouble.
Man,
have the whole class cursing, and they have no idea.
So, like, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with the draft now? Because we got Matt Ryan pretty cheap.
I don't know.
Or like what, a 5th round
There's
pick?
not a great. There's not. I don't think the QBs in this draft. I mean, there's like a few. There's maybe like 3 really good ones, but
Ben says she just watched Jurassic Park. If only my kid would watch good stuff like that instead of these fucking dumb videos she watches on YouTube.
all I know is the Patriots better draft a motherfucking wide receiver in the 1st round, or I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
That's my thing too. Like, who's Matt Ryan gonna throw to?
Michael Pittman.
Okay. He better
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton can't stay healthy for 3 games. So
It's gonna be good.
There's a lot of good wide receivers in the draft. So. But I want the Patriots to draft the fucking kid from Alabama so that Mac Jones can have that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection.
I don't know, man. So Jonathan, I downloaded Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Your recommendation. Was playing a little bit of it earlier.
Yeah.
And I have some questions.
Okay, I got answers.
I mean, the game is just basically a Fallout game. I got that from the very beginning. I mean, plays just like a Fallout game, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
One, how do I activate Vats?
Left bumper. Or
left bumper.
Probably R left L1 on PlayStation.
Okay, and also like my little camp that I'm building. Can people steal from that?
The stash, no. The stash is just you, and they'll open their own stash if it's a stash box. They can steal out of stuff that collects for you.
Really?
It's a little Collectron thing that goes around and collect stuff. They can open that if you don't lock it, but if they're high enough level and they have the perk, they can just open it.
So to lock pick it?
Yeah, it's just they can auto pick it, but at the same time, it's like it's a bunch of scrap and stuff. It's not really significant.
I did not see the new movie X. What is that exactly? Has anyone heard of that?
Negative.
Also, I want to acknowledge Ben Grimm's comment here about J.C. Jackson, and I just want to say, Ben Grimm, you can go fuck yourself, sir.
Oh, damn.
Why, Dustin? Why all the hatred?
Yeah, why is that?
Because J.C. Jackson's like been Patriots' best cornerback for the last like 3 years, and Chargers stole him. They paid for him though. We weren't going to pay him, so.
So like back to Fallout 76, Jonathan. This the PvP aspect of it. Like, what am I looking for there?
PvP. A lot of people don't actually do PvP in the game.
A lot of people hate that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's not really rewarding to actually do it unless you're just simply doing it to grief.
Oh, really?
Because if you damage anybody, you get a bounty put on your head, and everybody knows where you are on the map. So it really doesn't pay to kill somebody over and over again. Now, if you're doing one of the what's some things called? There's little places on the map you can capture, if you will, and it'll give you resources. If you're in that, then that doesn't count. All that goes away. So they can come in and kill you and take the thing, or vice versa. You can defend it.
So literally, they just play PvP just to kill each other.
I mean, most people don't because of that. Because there's no real reason to do it.
I hate grievers and GTA.
I'm going to tell you right now, then don't bother playing Rust because you will fucking.
Well, no, I mean Rust. I expected GTA is different though because it's like I mean I get it, I get it. It's GTA, but like this, like everyone's in there trying to get money and stuff so they can buy stuff, and then you just got little asshole kids that just want to blow up your shit when you're trying to do a mission.
Yeah.
Especially when you spend like an entire day like harvesting something, and then you go to deliver it, they blow your shit up, and you lose it all.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, there's not stuff like that in Fallout 76, so it's definitely meant more for the PvE, and you got to work together to do a lot of the public events and that kind of stuff.
So it's more beneficial to work together than to work against each other.
100%. There's a group system also. Like you can post that you're opening a casual group, one to do the daily events or one to do daily ops, what have you.
Can you solo the dailies?
The daily ops, no. Now the events, some of you can solo, others you can't. Or unless you got like really good gear. But the harder it is, the more stuff you get. So, so it pays to have friends.
Right. Well, if it was cross-platform, I wouldn't have that issue. But
that's true. Thanks, Sony.
Sony's holding that up, I guess. I could download it on PC. I'm sure PC and Xbox can play together.
I'm actually not even sure about that.
Really?
Not 100%. I didn't look that up though.
Have to look into it. Well, Ben Grimm says X was about a bunch of people going out to do a porn on a farm, and the owners find out about it, and shit goes down.
Oh,
like scat, that kind of shit.
Whoa, whoa.
No, the only thing I watched recently, other than trying to catch up on wrestling, is I rewatched American Werewolf in London, and that movie's fucking good, man. Especially how it ends, because it ends like a movie like that should end, which is basically with the werewolf getting killed and the fucking woman just distraught because she was in love with him. But
always a woman that just loves some kind of weird animal.
This brings me to the question I wanted to ask y'all. Like, what is your favorite variation of a werewolf? Like, out of all the werewolf movies you've seen, or any of the lore in general?
Wow. Sheesh. The strangest it'd probably be Harry Potter. Their version of it is, I guess it would be two different kinds, but in that universe, but I don't know. No other ones really coming off the top of my head other than Michael J. Fox.
Well, I'm meaning more like not necessarily your favorite portrayal as a Wolfman, but more like your favorite style of the Wolfman, because there's been many different styles of it. You got the ones that make him look more like a man, but also like, kind of like a dog man.
I see what you're saying.
Or you have the ones that make him where they run on all fours, kind of like the Underworld movies. Yeah, and Twilight. Where they just look like big wolves. And then you got the ones where they look like some type of almost like hybrid, to where they still kind of they look like a big wolf, but they don't look like, a normal big wolf.
Right.
Michael Jackson from Thriller. Not bad, honestly.
I kind of hated when the Underworld and Twilight type wolves, but they've grown on me, I guess. I think, didn't True Blood kind of have the same thing with werewolves, where they were like just big dogs, basically?
Yeah, I don't like where they're just
I got
big
mixed
dogs.
feelings about it, but
I like when they run on all fours, but they also sometimes will stand up. That's kind of like I think in Stephen King's Silver Bullet, it was kind of like that. He would run on all fours
the Worgen.
The
Worgen on World of Warcraft.
Exactly, where you can run, but they also because I do like them looking more like a beast whenever they're fully transformed. Not so much like the Benicio del Toro or the old Wolfman, where like they just look like a man with a bunch of fur.
Yeah, look like sharp
teeth.
Teen Wolf is my favorite werewolf.
Teen Wolf,
of
course it is.
The Michael J. Fox version.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me decide to go back and watch that. Actually, it's probably because I was listening to a Rogan podcast and he was talking about it. I was like, I need to go rewatch that.
Oh, Dustin, I saw Encanto.
What'd you think?
Oh,
It was all right.
that's what I said. It was just all right.
It was all right. I mean, I really it seemed like
What-
a different note from Pixar, like a weird, I don't know, a weird tale.
What'd your
Ben
kids
Kissy
think
hates
about
the
it?
Twilight styles, by the way.
They really take it or leave it. They're more like Sing 2, man. They Sing 2 they're loving, or singing the whole thing in general, but they love that, man. The whole music and all that. I thought the music from Canto was while it was good, it was kind of, I don't know, lackluster to me.
I felt the same way, and everyone was going nuts about it.
I don't know. I loved
Yeah.
it.
My kid didn't care for it at all. It bored her to tears.
Yeah, your kid's different though. Your kid cusses and plays Roblox, and she's only 4.
Smokes and
I did catch her smoking the other day.
Your kid is just like a version of you, like a tiny version of you. She's just angry
It's
and
jaded
doesn't give a
fuck.
Dude, she's
hates
so
everything.
aggro, man. She is the most aggro kid I've ever seen in my life.
I wonder where the
Exactly, man.
fuck she gets that from.
Yeah, I wonder.
I couldn't imagine your kid being aggro at all.
Ben Grimm says the werewolves on Vampire Diaries, when they bite vampires, are poisonous to them. I kind of like that, actually. I've never
Yeah.
seen that Vampire Diaries, but I like that aspect.
There you go, Big T. Let's see what Big T said.
Oh yeah,
Encanto is
Encanto is
overrated.
over. Is it Encanto or Encanto? Which one
It's
is
Encanto.
it? Encanto.
Yeah, whatever.
Encanto is the white way to say it.
Yeah, well, I'm white, so that's why I'm saying it.
Damn right.
I mean, I did like the like the powers and stuff they had and all that. The whole build up to the whole thing. The storytelling was really good. Still,
It's too much singing.
it was. Yeah, it was the fact that the singing
Took away from the story.
it really did to me.
Well-
Like it was like, all right, the pause button. Let's wait till the song's over to find out more about what's happening.
I think y'all forgot about old Disney movies that were just like basically musicals.
Yeah, and you go back and watch that. Like some of them, not all of them. There's like got some storytelling inside of the song.
Exactly. Like for The Lion King, for example. All the songs on The Lion King related to what was going on in the movie.
I mean,
Little
so
Mermaid.
did Encanto, though. I mean, all the songs.
Well, then I guess
related
they
to the
just
story.
sucked.
We don't talk about Bruno, but apparently we sing about him.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
right.
because
What was that?
she had to get him to talk about Bruno so that she could figure out how to fix everything.
They could prepare the whole number.
That's right. Well, it's the movie was written by the guy that wrote Hamilton. So
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
yeah,
What's the name?
I
who
guess.
also did a lot of the music for Moana, which is also a really
We must
good
be in the minority
Disney
here,
movie.
Jonathan, because Ben says best Disney movie he's seen in a while.
It's not that I didn't
Best
like
music
it.
in a Disney
It was
movie.
fine. It was passable. I just, I did like Moana though.
Oh yeah, Big T says Moana was better. What do you
I
think
thought
about that,
Moana's
Dustin?
songs were great.
I do. I love Moana. My son loves that movie.
I've never seen it.
I still listen to Moana soundtrack. Don't tell nobody.
Oh shit! While you're playing Fallout,
There is good songs on there.
dude. I listen to K-pop. I have no reason to judge it. Right?
Yeah, who are you judging? You bastard.
Jonathan, when she sings "I am Moana," do you sing it at full blast, like just belt it out in the car?
And off key too. Ah!
Such a dad thing to do.
It is, man. Can't help it. My kids
I
don't.
need some new stuff to watch other than wrestling.
I watched The Adam Project.
What is that?
It's a new Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds. It's like it has Ryan Reynolds and I can't think of Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, and basically it's like about time travel, and they have to go. there's like a evil villain and they have to go back in time and stop her. I don't know. I'm really bad at describing movies. Just
I'll tell you what I have that I need to watch is the new Jackass. Jackass
Big
Forever,
T.
is that what it's called or whatever?
Big T, you're welcome is a banger. 100%.
You're welcome.
Have y'all seen the new Jackass yet?
I haven't.
No.
Do you want to
ain't my
watch it?
thing.
Dustin, it's kind of your thing.
I mean, I do want to watch it just because I've seen all the other ones and I've watched every episode of the show growing up. So I do want to watch it. I just got to get around to it.
Dude, what happened to Bam?
He went downhill, man, and especially after Ryan Dunn, he just couldn't take that, man.
So it's kind of like the Benoit and Eddie Guerrero thing, only he didn't kill himself.
Not yet.
Chavo killed Eddie.
Oh, is that right?
I maintain to this day, Chavo killed him.
Chavo killed him.
100%. He's jealous.
Well, I mean, he still didn't get over afterwards, so it was kind of pointless.
Should have kept him alive, Chavo.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he was on there.
You were more popular when he was there. Actually, there's a guy at my work who absolutely fucking hates Matt Hardy. He hates Matt Hardy and he hates Kenny Omega. He said like his dream match would be where like they have some type of explosive match where Matt Hardy fights Kenny Omega, and at the end of the match, the ring explodes and they both die.
Damn.
So he doesn't ever have to see him again or something along those lines. But like, damn.
Wow.
How can you hate either one of them guys?
And well, he makes a good point about Matt Hardy because he's like, Matt Hardy should call Jeff and thank him every day for having a career at all. Because
no, I mean that's true. I agree.
Jeff
with that.
was the brother with the talent, and Matt was just kind of riding those coattails.
Matt has a punchable face.
He does.
He just like man. He just want to punch him in the face.
I do kind of like it. It is kind of cool. I know it's probably like it's like for most people, but it is kind of cool to see the Hardy brothers back together wrestling.
You know, like I'm probably that one guy out there who just. I was watching AEW before we went live actually, and I was like, I just don't care, man. I don't care about the Hardys anymore.
Dude, what do you think about them teaming up with Darby Allin and Sting?
Who the fuck doesn't? That's what I say about that. Like,
I mean, it's true though. It seems like every new guy that comes in teams up with them first or fights them. Like CM Punk fought Darby Allin first.
It's like, oh, these people are being picked on. Here comes Sting and Darby to
put them over.
Yeah.
Every time. I mean, I figured it would though, because Darby Allin's like a Jeff Hardy wannabe anyway. So I kind of figured that was going to happen off the rip.
Well, Dan, WWE is just a disaster right now anyway, honestly. If I watch Smackdown, I will like just skip through everything until they show Roman Reigns, and I'll watch his segment, and that's it.
I just can't watch WWE.
It's terrible.
It's like I have a lot of issues with AEW and like how mixed up it is and stuff, but like the thing I like about AEW is the wrestling itself is good. Like it just reminds me more of like the old school stuff that we grew up watching.
Even AEW is growing stale to me though, because like a lot of their storylines are just boring.
And they're all over the place. That's my big thing is like they're really hard to fucking follow.
Yes, absolutely.
Really hard to follow.
Like, and they're all the time giving you these matches that you don't care about. Like the main event on Dynamite this week was Keith Lee versus Max Caster. Now, keep in mind, I like Max Caster because I like their little rapping thing they do with the Acclaim.
Yeah.
And I like Keith Lee, but I'm like, who wants to see this match?
Okay, so like when I first started watching AEW and I was telling you how I like how they always put like a big match in the very beginning, and you were like, nah, man, that's not good. And now that I've been watching AEW more consistently, I kind of feel you on that. Like, I feel like the main event is always something that is like, meh. It's like, whatever. Now that Thunder Rosa match was pretty good. The cage match.
Yeah, I mean, they always put on a good show, but even still, that felt like it wasn't. They didn't capture the magic that first match they had, that lights out match. But
the cage match was good. Haley's never seen a wrestling match that had thumbtacks in it. She was like, "Oh my god!" She said, "Those are fake." I'm like, "No, they're not." And then she slams them on the thumbtacks, and she sees the thumbtacks in her bag. She's like, "Oh my god!"
But like with wrestling, man, like it's changed. Like I don't care for Hangman Adam Page as the champion. Like
he's so boring to me.
That's what I'm finally somebody who agrees with me on that. I think he's so bland, man. He's like a champion from the 70s to me. Like that can do more modern moves. That's basically
and honestly, I think
me.
Like even Kenny Omega as the champ was kind of meh. Like you need somebody that's more exciting and like.
I actually kind of like the Kenny stuff towards the end. Towards the beginning, it was boring as shit, but towards the end, when he started like being kind of the weird Kenny that he is, it was all right.
Like I'd like to see fucking Adam Cole get the belt, or like Big T said, Punk get it, or even MJF, dude. MJF with the belt, like on a title run, dude. That shit would be fucking awesome.
Well, Big T just gave me some good news here. Apparently, CM Punk is out filming Heels, and I can't wait for the next season of that show. So, because that's a show you should watch. It's really good. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Dan. Like, I've never I'll never say that I saw a Hangman Adam Page match that I was bored by. It's just like the character doesn't entertain me. Like his persona is just boring to me. He can wrestle his ass off. I do like Adam Cole as well. Mox and Bryan Danielson, we both know the only reason they're together is so they can turn on each other and have a match later. I mean, we everyone knows that. That's the only reason of this. Yeah, and why does the Dark Order like have to be like comedians now, man? Like make them something like sinister. But I guess with the House of Black, that's kind of pointless now with Malachi Black and his people.
What have you noticed that Jericho like has lost weight?
Yeah, I guess he got tired of people posting pictures of him and calling him fat on Twitter.
He like slimmed down and got cut back up. I noticed. What do you think about that? I think that's the stupidest fucking name for a group, the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I mean, it has Chris Jericho's name all over.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I don't know. I thought the promo was lame too. And Jake Hager, Jack, what the fuck is his name?
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager has a fucking lisp.
What does that have to do?
How you gonna be 6'8" and 300 pounds and have a lisp?
Nobody's perfect, man.
I guess
you just want perfection out of him, and you can't have it. Sorry.
I do love Jericho though. I just think that's a dumb name for a stable. But
so the question is I know he was out like filming movies and shit, but is Bray Wyatt coming? I mean, like, is he gonna show up? Like, what's the deal there?
I saw a TikTok of him wrestling in some little small high school gym. Not
really.
Like, so I don't know.
How bad did WWE drop the ball with that guy, man?
I mean, I didn't watch much WWE, but I did know about him. So,
because like the stuff they were doing in the beginning with him was like great. I mean, you know it's good stuff whenever even my kid wants to hear his little theme song, you know, the little Happy House fucking intro thing that he had, but then they just like they started to make it stupid like they always do. It's like, hey, let's have a fucking, you know, Swamp Thing match. And the ending of the match is going to be fucking someone gets bit by a snake and passes out and the other guy pins them. Just dumb shit like that. Terrible writing. That didn't actually happen. I just made that shit up. But
yeah, I was about to say that sounds dope. I'd watch that.
I mean, Big T, honestly, he was a WWE guy in AEW anyway. Everything about Cody Rhodes is WWE. His promos, his character. So why not? So Dustin, what's up with this new hair, man?
Cut it.
Just got tired of it, huh?
Yeah, I had it, and I switched jobs, but so I kind of wanted to look more professional for my new job. So
Well, you failed.
yeah, did I? I don't know.
No,
I'm still
actually, it's pretty
sexiest
impressive.
motherfucker on the show. So
Why don't you diet?
never, ever. I embrace the salt and pepper, dude.
I kind of want the salt. I'm finally starting to get some grays in my facial hair, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
I've had gray hair for a long time now.
Yeah, since you were like 27.
Yeah.
See mine on the side here.
Honestly, Big T, I don't even know what the WrestleMania matches are other than Brock and Roman. That's the only match I know that's gonna happen. You know, I'll pull it up real quick. Let's see, because it's gonna be
Brock.
I'm
the heavyweight champion.
Say what you will, you don't want to fight that guy, Jonathan.
Hell no.
Nobody.
But I will laugh at him as I'm having my ass beat.
There's another guy's voice that doesn't match his fucking build.
I remember because what's his face? What was his
Heyman?
Heyman? Yeah, would talk for him and everything. And the first time I heard him talk, I was just like,
well, now that they got him on the mic
talk.
more, it seems like he's kind of changed his voice a little bit.
All right, so this is what we'll do. We'll start from bottom to top, and since none of us are really watching
Is it still
WWE anyway,
long?
yeah, I think they still do the 2 days. I'm not really sure. Maybe they went to 1 day. I don't know, but I'll just go through the matches. I don't know which is on what day, but all right. So we got the Raw Tag Team Championships, RK Bro, which is Randy Orton and what's that guy's name? Matt Riddle versus the Street Profits. RK Bro is the champs, by the way.
Okay.
As far as who's going to win that match, I don't give a fuck because I don't care for either team. I think RK Bro will keep it, I guess so.
Never heard of him.
Kind of figured you'd say that, Jonathan. What about you, Dustin? I know you know who both those tag teams are.
I mean, I don't know I know who Randy Orton is and Matt Riddle is, but I don't know who the other guys are. But
Randy Orton, that's about it.
Well, then Dustin chooses Randy Orton.
I guess Randy Orton was like my favorite wrestler back in the day. So,
all right. And this is the thing. You get the Raw Tag Team Championship, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. No one cares about any of the fucking tag team championships.
I will say this about WWE, though. The fucking new 2K22 WWE game looks incredible.
Oh, I want to buy it so bad. But
I'm waiting until it goes down in price a little bit because I can't bring myself to pay $70 for it.
That's the same here.
But I know it'll go down. I know it'll be on discount soon because it always goes like
they brought back GM mode.
Dude, they're just everything about like it looks good. It looks like it plays good. Like the customization looks cool. Like
the best thing about it, man, is going and downloading the created wrestlers.
Yeah, you know, you used to have to do that yourself. You have to have to go on the internet and like print out the formula.
Yeah. I did it on 2019 because I had a pirated copy. But all right, next up, SmackDown Tag Team Championship. You know who the Usos are, right, Dustin?
Yeah, of course.
All right, the Usos versus Rick Boogs. Who the fuck is Rick Boogs? And Shinsuke Nakamura.
I thought you said boobs. I was like, well, that's a weird.
I mean, it'd be more interesting if it was boobs. I don't know what the fuck Rick Boogs is.
I'd have to find out why. His name that.
The Usos win. All right.
Sure, why not?
So, all right, this is actually interesting to talk about. You've been having this whole thing going on where like Kevin Owens called out Stone Cold Steve Austin to be on the KO show, you know, his little version of the Jericho show and the Miz show and all these other fucking people's shows. What do we predict to happen on that? Stone Cold comes out and fucking stuns him and drinks like 37 beers and leaves.
That's pretty much what's going to happen because I can't see Stone Cold actually wrestling.
I'm all right with that. I watch that.
I guess I would like to see that.
That would be a cheap pop for WWE.
Speaking of us talking about Jackass earlier, here goes the WrestleMania show stealer right here. Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
I forgot about that. They've been building that up since the premiere of the movie. They had a whole thing.
Wow.
We already know that somehow they're gonna make Johnny Knoxville probably win, and Sami Zayn look like a fucking idiot.
Well, I hope they really hurt him before they do that.
Okay, well, I didn't know about this neither. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Pat McAfee, the Pat McAfee.
The Pat McAfee.
How watch that?
Yeah, I've never seen him actually wrestle.
I mean, the one match I saw him in, he was good in. So I mean, I'd be down for that.
I mean, he said that one of the first things he bought with his NFL checks was a wrestling ring. So,
Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin, which is Baron Corbin's new Happy character.
Corbin Dallas.
I'd rather see him fight Corbin Dallas.
Multipass.
No one gives a shit about that match neither. The women's tag team championship is a woman versus another woman and nobody cares about any of them. So we're moving on from that also.
Damn. Okay. All right.
No, for real, it's like Queen Zelina. Listen to these names, okay?
Hit me.
Queen Zelina and Carmella, the champions, versus Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler.
Dang, all kinds of women in that ring.
Jeez.
Out of all the people in that, the ones that are interesting to watch is Sasha Banks, Rhea Ripley, and sometimes Shayna Baszler. The rest of them are kind of just there for the eyes.
So 3 out of 8?
Pretty much. Edge versus AJ Styles. Now that could actually be good because, Edge is a performer. AJ's a performer. So
Edge is still wrestling?
Man, he came back.
Wow.
Yeah, he's put on some good matches too. But
I like him as a wrestler, but I always hated him. I don't know. I just never liked
hated
him.
Edge.
He was fun to hate, though I did like his music.
Because it was, because Jonathan.
What the fuck is with this WrestleMania, dude? The Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios.
Logan Paul, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
It's another one that has a
punch. All right, here we go. Now we're getting to like the main events, I guess. The Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. Could be good. SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. That's your co-main event. Ronda made that comeback. That match is probably going to be shit. But, Charlotte Flair's in it, so maybe she can carry Ronda. And the main event, title versus title, Roman Reigns, Universal Champion versus Brock Lesnar, WWE Champion.
Coming for you, Reigns.
I say, I kind of think Roman's going to take that one, honestly. They'll continue that tribal chief stuff with him. Because, Brock is just there to make his quick money and then leave like he always does. So
he seems like he's been more committed than in the past.
He is, but at the same time, man, like he doesn't want like a full schedule. And if he's going to be double champion, I would imagine he'd have to be on the show more.
How long have they been doing WrestleMania over 2 nights?
I don't think this one is 2 nights. I didn't see anything on this about it being 2 nights this year.
Oh, Big T says it is.
Oh, it is? So what's going to be the main event for the first night, I wonder?
That's weird for 2 nights. Why?
They don't have the talent for 2 nights anymore. What they did is like companies like New Japan have always done they switched to doing 2 nights for Wrestle Kingdom. But it works out for them because they usually have fucking awesome matches.
The Super Bowl was over 2 nights. They played the first half on Saturday, half on Sunday.
Right. Oh man, that'd
be wild.
It would be wild.
Yeah, Ronda. Yeah, that makes sense. They'll make the women's main event Saturday and the men's.
So Dan says he sees Brock over Roman and Ronda over Charlotte. Yeah, but then you got 2 like celebrities as your champions.
That's what the 2 main events are.
Oh yeah. Interesting. I wonder if they'll do Brock and Roman for the first night's main event or the second night. Because they've been doing this thing where they like having like a woman match as like the finale. Yeah, Austin can't come back and wrestle, man. He's too beat up. Honestly, I'd be shocked if he can even give him a stunner with how fucked up his back is.
Yeah, I can't see him wrestling. I can see like what you said. He'll come out, give him a fucking stunner, drink some beers, and everyone will fucking go crazy. And
It's all over.
Man, like back in the day when I used to like read wrestling results, that was my favorite thing. It's like they would talk about Austin. This was during the Monday Night Wars. They'd say like at the end of the show, Austin drank like 47 beers in the ring, and then the show closed. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, that doesn't really drink them. He just pours them all over himself.
Yeah, he's got to be super sticky after.
I mean, some of that shit makes it in his mouth though.
Yeah, but it's probably very little.
Mostly just the foam.
What if it's just like canned?
I mean, I've done that beer thing
water
many times, and most of the beer goes on me and not in me.
Brock versus Roman will definitely be night 2. I'll probably watch WrestleMania after the fact.
I'll read the highlights on the internet.
There you go.
I'll see the clips on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, if I was that excited about it, man, I would be mad because, I feel like I would have to take the day off to see this thing, to get hyped for it. And I got to take 2 days off.
Yeah. Remember when we used to do that, Jonathan? Remember when we used to all get together for the WrestleManias?
Man, hell yeah, man.
Spectacle. Together for just regular pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I
love that shit, man.
Parties at my house, at my parents' house all the time. Just not the same anymore, man.
It's not.
Doesn't get
the same.
It's not as hyped.
Because I stopped watching wrestling about, 10 years ago.
I will say that AEW really likes to use thumbtacks a lot. They kind of go overkill on the thumbtacks. Like every other match, someone's busting out
and thumbtacks.
It's like, can we keep like the?
You know what this match needs? Thumbtacks.
Yeah. I did like it. I did think it was cool in the women's match though, but they come out way more than they should, anyways.
Right. You got to keep it rare to get the effect, man.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like
hair versus Bianca and Becky, huh? Interesting.
Somebody wants to shave their head.
I always like the hair versus hair matches. But you know what? People used to bitch back in the day when they do those because they do like the quick hair thing where they take the clippers over them real quick. And they're like, man, I want to see him like shave the whole head. It's like, you do not want to wait there the whole time while they shave that whole head.
Perfectly.
Call them out there and get someone to line them up. Be like, hey, man, line me up.
I shaved Jonathan's head one time.
You did?
Forever, yeah. Because my dad had clippers and Jonathan wanted to shave his head, so I shaved his fucking head. And it took forever.
Mine?
Yeah. You must not remember.
I don't.
It's when you live right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Yep. You sat on the front porch and I fucking shaved your head and it took forever because you got to like sit there and buzz it until you don't hear hair coming off anymore.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as running that
you get that little grinding sound if it's thick. Down.
You hear it cutting hair, it ain't even.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't remember that. There's a lot of shit I don't remember.
I still to this day got people at my work that offer to line me up all the time. Man, when are you gonna let me line you up?
Man, let me line you up.
No, man, I don't need you to line me up for $5. It's $5 I'd rather buy something else with.
$5.
Because that's the question I always ask them when they're like, hey, let me line you up. I'm like, well, how much are you going to charge me? They're like, I don't know, maybe like $5. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about having someone who's not a barber, like, touch me like that and start cutting my hair. It's kind of weird to me.
No, thank you.
Especially on my face.
I don't even go to a barber anymore. I don't like nobody touching my head.
Like, what if they start talking soft to me while they're doing it? You know.
So, what do you like, big boy? It's not the only thing I could touch up.
So, how straight do you want it?
How straight are you?
You gotta save that talk for when Lawrence is there.
Speaking of which, I want to tell y'all about this. I was telling my wife about this today. Apparently, I guess I'm unfuckable to my wife, to everyone else but her. Because like, because like, I was talking to her, and I said, I was like, all right, so I told her about this chick at work, this bald-headed chick. That's what I call her. She's not really bald, but she's like really thin and out on top, so I call her bald-headed.
That's mean.
Bald-headed
It is mean, but so like, I think she has the hots for me because she's always giggling like every time she has to talk to me. She's like, and she like says hi to me like 20 times a day, which is, I'm weird. I'm like, hi again.
Hi.
But more so than her, I'm pretty sure the guy, this dude that works at fucking Church's Chicken over there in Gulfport definitely wants to fuck me. Because every time I go there, like to pick up an order, you always have to go through drive-thru because the lobby's always fucking closed. He comes up to the window. He's like, "Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing? Where you been? I ain't seen you in a while." He's like, "Oh," I'm like, yeah,
I like you, and I want you.
Haven't had any orders from here." He's like, "Oh, well, you need to get some more orders for here, He's like, "Do you want something to drink?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I don't want your fucking roofies or whatever you're trying to do to me."
I like you, and I want you. We could do this the easy way or the hard way.
I thought so. Like one day, I pulled forward, and I always pull forward and get out and switch it to put it in the little hot cold bag, right? So I watched the car behind me to see if he goes and talks to them too. I'm like, you know what, man? Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions here. Maybe he just greets everybody like that. He completely fucking ignored those people in that other car. But anytime I'm there, he's ready to dive through that window and get in the passenger seat with me. I'm like, what's going on here, buddy?
And your
well,
wife,
you know what, Big T, you're right. It would be good customer service if he was working the window, which he's not. He was working somewhere else, and he always comes to the window.
Comes sprinting to the window.
he said, "That's him right there."
He sees you on the camera. Like, oh, it's him.
He's got all the ladies in there telling him, "But he's here. He's here."
So what? Your wife thinks that no one else wants to fuck you.
Well, that's the thing. I told her about these stories, right? And she comes at me gives me like a look, and she's like, "You're just reading too much into it." She's like, "He's just being nice." I was like, "What? Am I so unfuckable?"
I was about to say, she's like, "Nobody's fucking you but me. I promise."
And I only do it because I want to go back to sleep. All right, so.
Damn.
Out of pity.
The old pity fuck.
He definitely wants to taste my chicken strips.
He
keeps offering me that damn roofie sweet tea.
And I want you.
And I need you. What you munching on there, Dustin?
I call you Chris Handsome.
Chocolate donuts.
Oh, man, those are the best. The tasty cake.
I forgot I hid these from my son over here in the craft area, and I just found them. I was like, shit, these look good.
You ever take a bite out of them and then dip it in milk and let it absorb the milk and then eat it? Oh, yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah, that's good. I don't do that very often, but that's
top tier.
Yep. That's when you have those real fat boy moments when you're just sitting there and you milk dripping down your chin and shit. So before we head out of here tonight, what's with the balloon, man? I've been looking at this the whole episode.
Yeah, I noticed it as well.
That's my kid's Spider-Man balloon. It hasn't come down yet, so.
Oh.
But you're like 6'12". Why don't you just reach up there and grab it?
That's 7 feet.
I don't want to get rid of it. So
6'12".
We actually had a balloon. We actually had a balloon like that. I don't remember. I think it came from maybe Christina's birthday, or I'm not sure. Some event. We had a balloon in the house, a Mylar balloon like that one.
Next time someone tells me an even number like that for their height, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 6 foot. I'm like, oh, so you're 5'12".
Hold on.
Doesn't it make you sound way shorter when you say 5'12"?
Right.
So the balloon actually floated through the house and went from room to room. But okay, so I came downstairs in the morning and the balloon literally attacked me. Like it came from the top of the sky, from the top of the ceiling, and it came down really hard at my face.
Okay.
I was like, what the hell? So I was like, oh shit. And it scared the shit out of me. I was like, I did the whole like bug thing where you're like,
get off, Spider-Man!
Oh God, somebody help me.
well, so I was like, fuck, did this balloon just attack me? You know, weird shit happens in my house all the time because my girlfriend has like, you know, spirits around her all the time.
I thought they were all gone though.
No, well, I'm pretty sure this balloon was her mother because hold on, I'm getting to it. But so I leave, I go to work or whatever. And so Tina texts me in the morning like she always does. And I was like, hey, and I told her the story about how the fucking balloon attacked me. And she's like, oh, and I live in a 2-story house. So my bedroom is upstairs. So, and I was downstairs. So she's like, well, that's weird. And she sends me a picture of that balloon in the room, in her bedroom upstairs. Now, mind you, the balloon wasn't floating up in the air anymore. It was down near the ground when I left. It floated all the way, and it had to go up the stairs, make a right-hand turn, go through my door that was just cracked open, and into the bedroom.
You know now, what would...
hold on, it gets weirder. Hold on.
There's more.
It gets weird. So that was strange, you know. Okay, but you know, some of that shit's like whatever. Maybe it was the airflow through the house that carried it up into the bedroom, whatever. Well, later that day, my daughter tells me that the balloon was in Brady's room, and it was actually going back and forth between, like, somebody was playing with my son with the balloon, like it was going back and forth between him and just air.
Well,
I'm convinced that I think it was Tina's mom.
I'm going to say this: balloon demon, Tina's mom, whomever it may be. If you will attack Dustin right now with that balloon, that would be.
I will be a believer right now if that happens. Do it. And if it did it, I would expect the highest pitch squeal from you. So, I might be doing it too.
At this point, I'm just like, oh, okay, more weird shit.
So, Jonathan, being the neighborhood skeptic that you are,
sure.
What do you think of his story there? What's your official scientific explanation?
The scientific explanation is, I don't know. I mean, I'm not there to test things.
My official scientific explanations, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, weird. Certainly, I have to take his word for it.
The way that it moved through the house was what was weird to me, especially because it ended up in my bedroom where the door was like only cracked open. It just happened to, and the whole back and forth thing between my son.
Yeah, the back and forth thing is weird.
But I like I said, I genuinely think it was Tina's mom, and I think she was playing with Brady.
If it is her mom, why is she sticking around?
To probably watch over. I mean, a lot of people in her family have said, like, Tina texted me today and was saying that her niece was smelling her perfume. And then her phone actually her iTunes kept skipping songs until it, on its own, it was skipping to Reba McEntire songs. Just weird shit like that.
And she liked Reba McEntire?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So... Reba. I think she's just kind of hanging out with everybody still, I guess. Or she's just, watching out. She's everyone's spirit guide, maybe.
Well, I needed a ghost to catch my phone the other day because I broke it. I broke my screen.
Man. Break it.
No, I mean, it works. Yeah, it's working. But the screen is cracked, and it did like a straight up crack all the way across, like a mosaic.
Was it the actual screen or the screen protector?
I mean the glass on the outside of it.
Oh,
yeah. So and it was like a 2-foot fall too, and I have dropped it many times.
Well,
what iPhone you rocking these days?
Broke, and it fell, and it actually started to come off, and it actually fucked the battery because it exposed the battery some, and the phone actually started swelling up a little bit, and I had to get it replaced before it fucking exploded.
Well, Big T, since you asked, I am definitely a big believer in the afterlife and the paranormal. I believe Dustin is kind of still on the fence. Maybe he believes in the afterlife, but
Yeah,
not sure what beyond that.
I just don't really believe in like religion, Christianity type stuff, but I am definitely a spiritual.
And Jonathan believes in Rotel cheese dip.
Yeah,
man, look,
I definitely believe that. I definitely believe there's more to.
I could put it in my mouth.
Just
No,
I
but for real,
confirm
Jonathan,
that it is dip.
are you still like 100% skeptic on all that stuff?
Yeah, only at my own lack of evidence.
Gotcha.
You know, other people have experiences, cool. You know, but nothing's ever happened for me.
So you're not the guy that like when someone else talks about their experiences, it's like horse shit.
Right. You know, I mean, and that's the thing is you have everybody's got their own bias, right? You know, there's a negative, you can have a negative bias and a positive bias.
Yep.
So if you believe in it, you know, a lot of things are going to circulate to that, you know, in your, you know, causation. So, you know, people see things, you know, and they assign like, oh, that's creepy, where I would see it and say, well, that's that. You know, I want there to be stuff like, you know, things behind it, a bigger meaning. I want it to be. I just don't see it. That's all. I mean, it's not like I'm better than you or anything like that. It's just
you know what memory just hit me between me and you is back. Remember we would used to sit outside and talk till like fucking 5 a.m.
Yeah, man.
And like we would talk about stuff like like Amityville and such, like when they saw the red eyes and stuff like that. And we would create little scenarios about what if you saw red eyes like right there in the woods or in those windows right now. You'd be like, man, fuck that.
Yeah, no doubt. Like red eyes in darkness is one of the most terrifying things I could possibly conjure. Because if you just see two eyes, you can't tell how big that thing is. You know, you can't tell what it is. You know.
Well, Big Crack Rock, I can feel something inside myself that really don't think you're strong enough. How are the fuck the lyrics?
No.
I can only sing karaoke when it's in front of me. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And you got to be a little drunk.
Yeah, but I mean, not really now anymore. Sometimes I just sing it before I go to work. It puts me in a good mood.
I've been caught several times singing at work.
What's funny is like I say it puts me in a good mood, but I sing a lot of downer music.
Yeah, and I've been singing a lot of country lately, and I don't listen to a lot of country. So I don't know why that is.
I'm gonna tell you, like I used to not care for country at all, but I have a newfound love for country because some country music will just straight fucking speak to you, man. Like,
oh yeah,
God damn, are they telling my story? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, how does he know this about me?
It's because y'all are old.
That's fair, right?
Yeah,
you know, and I think it's part of it we grew up in. You know, where country was big when we were, you know, young.
I mean, my dad was in a country band, so I don't know. I think I just had my fill of country music. Plus, I really don't. I don't care for new country music. I think it's all shitty.
Yeah, anything that I'm caught singing is old stuff.
Yeah,
like George Jones or something.
Got to be like '90s and below.
Yeah, some achy breaky heart.
Well, I just got some bad news in an email, but I'll tell you all about that off the air. Speaking of which, we should probably go ahead and start wrapping this up.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, what's going on with Unsolicited Laughter, man? I know y'all put out a new episode not long ago.
Yeah, we just dropped episode 4, and I got to say, man, the last 20 minutes of that show went off the fucking rails, and it's possibly the funniest shit I've ever said.
Oh man, I definitely got to listen then.
We discovered a cereal that helps you go number 2. That's
I'll leave it at that.
You're reviewing some cereals.
Any more reason I need to use my bidet? Sounds like a good one. So
there you go. You got a perfect excuse. So yeah, tune into that. That's Unsolicited Laughter on all your favorite podcast places.
Yep. Anywhere where you can listen to podcasts, just look for it. But you know what, Dustin? I'm gonna let you read off our Patreon people here.
Thank you to S'mores Indoors, Shelby W, Hayden Cornelius, Jay the Stingray, Orc 145626, and Jonathan Cantrell.
And me.
I had to remember who the last person was.
Who is that guy?
All right. And I just
Figure
want
it
to
out.
say thanks to everyone who listens, and check out the descriptions for links to Unsolicited Laughter and our Patreon and all that other good stuff down there. Our merch store. We actually sold a sticker or something in the merch store. I was excited about that. We made a whole $1, guys.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
time now.
Hell yeah.
Put it
I
towards
need to go visit that store.
Put it towards
That's
the.
I still got to edit the logo and fix the logo, but until I get around to that, we'll just sign off. So until next time.
Slack off.
Slack off.